It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the incident that happened last night during the Oscars. We're going to talk about that slap, Chris Rock versus Will Smith. We're going to talk about what happened, what led to the slap, and who's in the right, who's in the wrong, and all of that good stuff. So stay tuned, we'll be right back to break this down. Alright, so obviously it was the Oscars last night. I, for one, wasn't expecting anything interesting to be happening during the Oscars. Obviously, it all started with Chris Rock walking up to the stage to present the awards for Best Documentary. And then during that presentation, he started joking around. His joke was centered around couples. So he started talking about Javier Bardem and Penelope Cruz, because they're obviously husband and wife, and since they're both nominated, it's gonna be pretty awkward if one wins, so Javier Bardem is gonna hope that Will Smith wins. And then he takes that further and then focuses on Will Smith and says a joke about Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. Now obviously the joke itself was insensitive, but it didn't warrant the reaction from Will Smith. But this is the joke. So the joke was, "Love you, Jada. Can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2. Now, that's in direct reference to Jada Pinkett Smith's haircut during the Oscars and the fact that, just like Jada Pinkett Smith, Demi Moore got a buzz cut in G.I. Jane. So he was just making a pretty stupid joke about that. But what the problem was is that Jada Pinkett Smith's haircut wasn't a fashion choice. She actually had to cut her hair because of a condition she has, which is causing her to lose hair. Alopecia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but right after the joke, all hell broke loose. Will Smith, after initially laughing at the joke, walked up to stage and proceeded to smack the shit out of Chris Rock. Now, when I saw it first, I'm like, this has to be scripted. There's no freaking way. But the thing was, everything was muted right after. But then, watching the uncensored version and then seeing everything that went down after with Will Smith's speech and everything like that, there's no way it was scripted. I mean, for one, I don't think they would have a bit to this extent. No matter how hungry the Oscars may be for ratings, I don't think they'll go through all of that to do this. And the other part of it is Will Smith would never agree to a joke like this at the expense of his wife. And we'll see more on this when we watch the uncensored, but Will Smith is angry. Like, I know he's a good actor, but that face was the face of someone at the edge of just wanting to get into a ring with someone. And also, Will Smith is known for his nice guy attitude and his clean attitude because he never swears. He never swore in his music during his time as a rapper. And also, even in his movies, it's very rare for him to use cuss words. And there's a lot here that points towards this being genuine. Now, let's take a look at the uncensored clip, and I'm gonna pause and talk through it.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord.
All fun and games, everyone's happy, but then the joke comes.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
So right away we can see Will Smith is laughing. Jada Pinkett Smith, totally different attitude. She's rolling her eyes. She doesn't like it.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here.
So we don't know if Chris Rock knew about her condition or not, but it was a terrible joke. I mean, an insensitive joke, but not one that would warrant this reaction from Will Smith. But the funny thing is, Will Smith was just laughing. So what happens that causes him to go from 0 to 100? From smiling at the joke to walking up to stage and slapping him. It's probably got something to do with him looking at his wife, seeing how hurt she was, and then kind of jumping into action without really thinking it through.
Uh-oh, Richard.
So we can see Chris Rock is not expecting anything. He is pretty chill. He's laughing. He's even walking towards Will Smith a little bit. He doesn't expect, and obviously why would he, that Will Smith would smack him in the face across all of these people in the audience, but the millions of people watching. Boom. I mean, that was a proper smack. Chris Rock took it like a champ though. This was actually part of the reason why I thought this was scripted, because he just took it like a champ, like it was nothing. He's definitely taken back. He's like, oh wow.
Wow.
So he doesn't know what to say. He's shocked at what just happened. Then Will Smith just walks away nonchalantly like he didn't do anything. I don't know. I mean, to me, this screams someone who's not really that stable. From smiling to doing that, walking away like that. I don't know. I mean, there's something going on here that I feel goes beyond just this joke. I know that Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith during the 2016 Oscars, I believe. So that's part of it. And also, I think with what's going on in Will Smith's life, being in the public eye, and kind of everything that happened with him and his wife at the round table, and the entanglement and all of that, and also the stuff with his son recently, all of that I think build up to have Will Smith react the way he did. Like he was pushed over the edge. Like I said, Chris Rock, he's a champ. He took it like a champ, and then he was professional about it. Except one small blip in his line. He delivered his line like nothing happened. He improvised a joke in the middle of all of this as well.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
All of this was bleeped, obviously, in the original version, but in the uncensored version, we can obviously see the entirety.
Wow, dude.
This is crazy. I mean, the audience at this point pretty much realized it's not a bit. Like, up to this point, everyone was like laughing. They were like, this is part of the bit, right? But at this point, nah, this is not a bit. This is not scripted. And even Lupita Nyong in the background, I hope I pronounced her last name right, but she's like, holy crap, this is actually happening. This is no joke. And I mean, Will Smith was screaming at the top of his lungs, keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. If this was a script, I don't think it would go down like that. So yeah, I mean, he's pretty angry. You can tell. He's on the edge of a proper mental breakdown on live TV.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Like, that is crazy. Like, that's not someone who's joking around.
Okay?
And Chris Rock is like, yeah, I'm going to. So he did his part here to calm Will down a little bit. But then there was a moment where he's like, should I say something?
Okay.
He's like, I could. Okay. He stopped himself from saying something. And I think he was going to make another joke, which may have been directed at the entanglement thing. But then he stopped himself because he just didn't want to get into it. He processed everything in his mind. It wasn't going to come out good for him at the end, so he didn't do it. But
that was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
It absolutely was. And this is the joke. Like, he improvised this joke right here, which is crazy. But yeah, I mean, was that an insensitive joke? Absolutely. Was it crossing the line? A little bit. But is that what comedy is? Is that what comedians are supposed to do? Yes. Was it bad enough of a joke to warrant a response like this? Assault on live TV? Absolutely not. So I think nobody's a winner here. I mean, Chris Rock should probably not have said that joke, especially if he knew about Jada Pinkett Smith's condition. But Will Smith obviously shouldn't have walked onto stage and slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, because if that's what you do, then what's stopping every person that's in a stand-up comedy show from walking up to the podium and just smacking the comedian? You know what I mean? But obviously, it seems like Will Smith got away with it. He even got his Oscars. He gave his speech. He apologized to the Academy. He apologized to his fellow nominees. He didn't apologize to Chris Rock. In a way, in his speech, even though it was a beautiful speech, he was justifying his actions in a way. And as a role model, that's just not the proper way to handle things. But like I said, no one's a winner at this point. Everyone lost, and this just took the energy out of the rest of the show. The Oscars are trending now, so I guess that's one positive thing for the Oscars this year. But other than that, there was no good thing that came out of this. Now there's even talks now that they're gonna take his Oscar back, meaning just the physical statue, not his actual Oscars, and also talks that he won't be invited back. But this is crazy. I mean, I don't know what to say other than one of the greatest TV moments, most entertaining Oscars nights. I mean, Oscars has always been about joking around, making it clear to everyone that celebrities don't take themselves seriously, but last night it seemed like they do take themselves seriously, and maybe there's a lot of egos that need to be shattered for them to come back down to earth a little bit. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much it. I'm obviously interested to know your thoughts and opinions about this whole thing. What do you think? Who do you think is in the right? What do you think could have happened to prevent something like this? Obviously, the only thing that could have prevented it was for Chris Rock to maybe not go there. But again, that also goes back to whether he knew about the condition and whether they rehearsed this beforehand or not. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. A crazy night for sure. This is trending, and I think it's going to be trending for a while. So it's going to be in every news outlet in the next little while. So we have to get used to it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.